guys, it's T and I am back with another video. I know I have been missing in action for a really long time, and I actually recorded a video that I was going to post today to let you guys know all of where I've been, what I've been doing, what life has been like. However, I had to put that video on hold, so I'm going to release that video next week. But this week I just watched this and I really, like, last night I was like, I tweeted it, I was like, I have to record and post this ASAP because I'm about to explode. So if you guys have been watching Love and Hip Hop Miami, then you have seen Amara La Negra. And if you haven't watching Love and Hip Hop Miami, you probably are, you know, saving brain cells. Amara La Negra is a super Dominican Afro-Latina. She has this big afro. If you are a American black girl who wears the weaves or just knows anything about weave, then you peg that instantly as a kinky curly. You were like, oh, boop, I know what she's doing. But I mean, my assumption, and maybe it's wrong, is that she's someone with a kinky or textured hair. So her wearing a kinky curly weave never flagged me as weird. The whole season, one of her story arcs, in fact, one of the biggest ones, is this drama between her and this dude who I've never heard of, but apparently he's actually really relevant in, like, Latino music scene, Young Hollywood. He calls her a Nutella queen, tells her, like, her hair should be less Macy Gray and more Beyonce. It's clearly racially and color motivated. You can't call someone a Nutella queen and then be like, well, it had nothing to do with your color. He basically told her all the things that black girls in America, regardless of nationality, are told on a regular basis. You're not pretty enough, your hair's too kinky, you need to, you know, look more European, tone it down. You know, the things we're used to hearing. And then, because, you know, Mona Scott Young and storylines, a little rat face came in, Veronica Vega. I have avoided talking about this the whole series, right? However, I watched the reunion yesterday and there's more to it, and I need to get this out of my system and then be done with it because I'm so disgusted, annoyed, offended, want to poke everybody in the eye with my stiletto nail, like, just over it. Young Hollywood essentially said that, what is this Afro-Latina thing? He's never heard of this Afro-Latina thing before. Well, I mean, we all originate from Africa, really. He then says that he doesn't know what colorism is. What's this colorism stuff you're talking about? He's invalidating being a black Latina, being proud of being a black Latina, and saying that it's this thing he's never discovered. He's not the first Latino to say this. So many people feel this way and it will either excuse it away or pretend like it's legitimate. Afro-Latina is not a new word. So if you tell me that you've never heard the term like Afro-Latina, Afro-Latino in your life, and you are a Latino in America, then that to me means, one, you don't read, and two, you are just so stuck in your tiny little bubble and you're ignorant. Because in certain countries in Latin America, the African identity is still super strong in their culture. For me, Afro-Latina was always something that I knew existed. To me, it was more a cultural thing and not exclusively a racial thing. But I digress. Then Young Hollywood says, what's this colorism stuff? I don't understand colorism. My mom is black and my dad is white. This is not colorism. Yes, we come in all shades. However, when you turn on the TV, when you look in a magazine, when you're watching the news, you don't see necessarily every color. And I don't care what country you're from, you are lying to yourself if you say that you see the dark ones, my color and darker, the trigueña middle tan ones, and the very fair European-esque ones in the same ratio in the media, in TV. Maybe in your everyday life you see them, but they're definitely relegated to a certain caveat of society. And to say that that's not true lets me know that you are so content in your privilege that you don't even care. It has been a constant struggle for me personally to be acknowledged as a Latina, and additionally to then be able to be a voice in my community. For even Latinos to be like, oh, she looks different, but she's Latina, her Spanish might be a little janky, but she's one of us, cool, that's one step. But hey guys, you know how I'm the only brown one, and like the connotation that you guys have and this like mystique that's put on you is actually not put on me because I'm black? That's kind of problematic. Nobody wants to touch that. One of my biggest frustrations as of late is, while the term Afro-Latina is not a new term, it is becoming a more popular, common term in like regular conversation. What I consider to be stereotypical Latinas, which are like that tan, lighter colored, curly hair or wavy hair look, who are now identifying as Afro-Latina because of their mestizo mixed heritage. Like, it's no denying that Latinos in most countries are a mix of European, African, and indigenous peoples. It's like just the whole this. But part of the problem for me is, while the term Afro-Latina is becoming extremely normalized, cool, you want to acknowledge your African heritage, but still no one is actually speaking up for black women. Because if you're acknowledging yourself as an Afro-Latina, you're acknowledging yourself as black. I see girls who will use hashtags Afro-Latina, but then say that talking about race is draining. It's almost like you just want the credit, you want to be down with the cool kids, but you don't actually want to have these awkward conversations like they're having on Love and Hip Hop. Because I only see girls who look like me and like super work like Latino liberal writers being outraged by the tomfoolery that's happening on Love and Hip Hop Miami, which helps perpetuate the issue. Because if the only ones screaming and hollering about it are the dark ones, you have people like Young Hollywood who tell Amara that she's making it up, that she's exaggerating, that this doesn't exist, because no one else wants to acknowledge it. And so for me, people like Young Hollywood are so frustrating, but it's even more frustrating that the only people on that stage, at least in the first part of the reunion, that spoke up were the two visibly black dark girls. Veronica Vega uses the N-word. She is super fair skinned, platinum blonde haired, uses the N-word, but can't understand where Amara's coming from about colorism. I don't like playing the Struggle Olympics, right? But what I don't like doing is pretending that everyone struggles in the same way. You can have a personal struggle bigger than anything I've ever dealt with. That does not change the fact that I and we, as visibly black Latinas, face issues. I can be there for you for your personal struggles, and you should be there for me for my systematic struggles. Young Hollywood went on like Instagram and said that the real racists are the people that are sending him death threats. What? That's like it's not even what the word means. In the clip for next week's episode, dumbass Veronica Vega says, if you were really proud of who you are, you wouldn't wear that weave. You would show your real hair. She is wearing a weave ponytail as she says this. Afro-Latinas, if we're proud of who we are, we have to not wear any extensions. We can't add anything on. We have to be all natural. Everybody else, though, can be themselves in whatever they want. Old girl on a couch with like a 36-inch blue weave, and you're not telling her that she's not proud enough of herself because she's not wearing her real hair. Ay, Dios mío. Y'all, this was a rant and a half, and I apologize, but I had to get it off my chest. So let me know your thoughts on Love and Hip Hop Miami, Amara La Negra, dumbass Young Hollywood, and Veronica, whatever the hell. I know a bunch of you racist trolls are gonna like pop up, so whatever, do that too. And I will be back next week. Bye.